Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4 Kaiserreich with me, Alpha by Omega, an Austrian Empire. So in the previous episode, as in the episode before, we have worked on stabilizing our empire, and I think that is going very well. When we look at the compliance and resistance, you can see that while resistance is dropping significantly, even here, which is amazing, the compliance has been pretty nicely increasing all over the board. The sovereign territories, unfortunately, because we don't really have a claim on them, are increasing fairly slowly, but we'll get there. We'll get there eventually. Same with Romania. But for example, in Bohemia, we are now getting 62% of the factories available. Same in Croatia, Galicia, and Lodomeria, 51%. Albania only 30%. Greece only 30%, but Hungary 68%, which is amazing. Romania 44%, which is kind of interesting because Hungary has way more factories than Romania does, so it's not such a bad thing. Serbia, unfortunately, only 30%, but we'll get there, We'll get there. Right now, I'm mostly interested in the rubber processing research, which is going to end very soon. After which I'm thinking of us looking at, well, these things are expensive. I think we're going to go with a maintenance company here, because the maintenance company will allow us to boost our tanks. Currently we have a tank, we're using the KPZ M38A, which has a reliability of 92%, but I checked and we could go with a 3-man turret, which would give us a boost to breakthrough, and if we added 2 armor and 2 engine points, we would get at 86.4% reliability, which means drop it by roughly 5.7%, but the armor would increase by 2.5 and breakthrough by 10, which I believe is pretty good considering the cost of the tank would increase only by about 10%. So we're gonna look into that, but for that we really need a maintenance company so that it can be attached to the cavalry divisions. Now the combat width here is 22, so we can potentially either add a motorized artillery here, making it slightly stronger, or we could add a light tank division, which would give us way more breakthrough and increase the attack. Yeah, so it's a question of whether we want to increase soft attack or, I mean, the extra light tank is just better in every single way, so we might just go with that anyway. But we'll see. We shall see. Okay, cool. I think we can continue. There's not much happening to us. Actually, you guys can get. Oh yeah, that's the Camouflage Expert. I don't think that's something that we want to deal with right now. I checked that with the size of our current army, we are not able to get a 4th Alpiniego division, but we will most likely be able to do that once we get these divisions up and running. So we'll see. I'm mostly interested in having the manpower increase. The fact that we are getting monthly 2,000 recruitable is a good sign, but we still need to lower the resistance quite dramatically in our territory so that we have a bit more people available, because like 283,000 is still not, completely pleasant. So let's put the factory in Lvov for repair. We're gonna finish the one in Styria and Carniola pretty soon, so then we'll have to decide what we're gonna build next. Submarines are improving, that's good. We're working on the fighters. We're missing 28, but we're producing 2.2, almost 3 per week, let's call that. Producing 11 trucks per day. The truck technology I'm really interested in seeing. That is going to be quite important for us, and we're working on concentrated industry, which will give us extra factories, factory output and dockyard output, and advanced machine tool, which will increase the production efficiency. But as you can see, none of our productions are anywhere even close to that. What is this? Our finest hour. British politician and former Lord of the Admiralty Winston Churchill has published a new book, part of an emerging genre known as alternate history and concerning the Great War. The story takes the perspective of a young British soldier returning from a victorious Gallipoli campaign amid a world radically different from our own. In this timeline, Theodore Roosevelt and his Bull Moose party win the 1912 American presidential elections, leading to an American entry into the Weltkrieg and an Entente victory. A defeated and partially occupied Germany is gripped by constant economic and political crises, witnesses the defeat of the whites in the Russian Civil War, and is cooped by a bitter and extreme nationalist Adam Dressler. He leads the German Worker Party, who follow the ideology of people's socialism, an extreme version of national populism. The novel ends with the beginning of a three-sided war between Dressler's New Reich, the Western Entente led by the dominant British Empire, and a Soviet Russia led by Sergei Kirov. The book has divided critics, with some praising its attention to detail, while others criticize it for large flaws in historical logic. Churchill has commented that something like this could have happened in another universe. What a childish fantasy. And Canada intervenes in the American Civil War. Oh, that's interesting. Who did they declare war on? Okay, so they are helping the United States of America. Deciding that they can no longer sit on the sidelines as the Americans engulf themselves in devastating civil war, the Dominion of Canada has entered the conflict on the side of the United States of America. Already Canadian forces have crossed the border with Entente alliance members expected to soon follow suit. The move is viewed by many Americans as an act of aggression and violation of American sovereignty, though Canadian officials said that the move was made only with the greatest deliberation and with a heavy heart. How this will tip the scales in the massive conflict remains to be seen. Well, the United States of America are actually winning this under the Douglas MacArthur's leadership. So, with the help of Canada, I think they got this in the bag. Though Canada is not very strong, but yeah, this is probably gonna mean that Douglas MacArthur's America is gonna win. Or, I mean, the part that he is fighting for. 276, yeah, the garrisons are jumping up and down. 133,000, okay, it's going down, Okay, now we're gonna get the Vienna Circle, which is great, and that's gonna lay a question ahead of us of what are we going to do next. Invite others to join the Vienna Circle. With the Vienna Circle being well established, funded, and gaining international recognition, the next step is to invite foreign countries with ties to the crown to take part in the research conducted there. So Vienna Circle will give us a research bonus of extra 5%. Now, what shall we do with the Drunken Sailor and our empire? Well, I was considering we might want to go with Škoda, because it's going to unlock the Škoda company, and the Škoda company is something that I would kind of like to see eventually, because it gives us extra armor research speed. It increases soft and hard attack by 15%, also, unfortunately, increasing the production cost by 10%. I'm putting that against the Wiener Neustädter Locomotive Fabrik, which also boosts speed by 10% and increases soft attack by 15%, but reliability by 15%. So it is a question which one of these we want. Now, Škoda itself is good, not gonna lie, but I was thinking that the boost to armor technology would be pretty good, and we could consider this finished once we get the Austrian company, which I don't actually know what it is. Is it here? Austrian, that's here they are. Oh, military factory and civilian factory construction speed by 15%. Okay, that's amazing. So we definitely want those. Okay, I think we're gonna go for Škoda then. Because, against it you can put the fact that we are going to go with the Imperial Development Scheme, construction speed increase, then there's a bunch of extra boosts. Or we could go with the expanding of the Austrian military, which is also a pretty good thing there is tons and tons of things that we would like to hear. For example, the mechanized model here. But I'd rather finish the economy first and then focus on that, because these are non-specific, so they will work with everything. Maximize the support, yeah. You know, it's just support artillery, so we can get it later for the stuff that we need. Okay, let's go with this. We're gonna use that extra research boost. I think that, I mean, we're working on the white tanks, but this one would be super hard to get. But the differences are pretty good. It's much faster. The reliability, 20% bonus would be amazing. And that just generally just the 20% would fix it for us quite dramatically. Or we could go with the medium one. That unlock the medium tank and we could enjoy that one. What's the reliability? 100%, 110 here. We'll see. Well, let's get the Skoda and then make the decision afterwards. Oh, and we got an extra motor factory. When are we gonna put it on? Well, that's a question. Oh, we're missing tons and tons of artillery here. It's gonna take 61 days. Support equipment 4 days. Yeah, we need to boost the artillery production. Sure, I'm gonna put 2 more factories there because one of the things that I'm considering is getting the Skoda M35. It's gonna also give us some new things we can put on our toys, so it would be good to research that one. The fall of Manila. Manila, capital of the Philippines, has fallen to the Japanese after the withdrawal of the Filipino defenders and her allies. The entrance to the strategical vital Manila Bay remained contested for some time after the city's fall due to the heavy concentration of Filipino coastal artillery on Corregidor Island, but the guns eventually fell silent after a concerted Japanese attack. With Manila under Japanese control, the rest of the Philippines are expected to follow shortly after. This is a stinging defeat for the forces in Asia and the Pacific. And fall of Detroit. So the anarcho-syndicalist commune is falling apart. The Canadian forces made their move yesterday evening to secure downtown Detroit, crossing the river at the Jefferson Corridor against heavy Red Guard resistance. By nightfall, the Dominion of Canada soldiers were negotiating the surrender of the soldiers holed up in North End. The East End surrendered, with the syndicate loyalists were spotted. The Eastern surrendered, with the syndicalist loyalists were spotted making a retreat across the west side. It's a weird sentence. The syndicate militias have left behind the husk of the Fisher Building, Dearborn, and the great works of Albert Kahn. It is obvious to observers that Detroit is now the territory of the Dominion of Canada, but not before the Red Guard destroyed the Enzo Ford Memorial Building and left a massive edifice to their cause on the viaduct, signed by the notorious artist Diego Rivera. Yeah, syndicalists are gone, man. Okay, rubber processing is gonna give us extra rubber. That is fine. And yeah, let's get the artillery. I mean, pretty much everyone is using that, and I believe that's gonna be a big boost. Yeah, 5 extra defense, soft attack extra 5, breakthrough extra 1. And getting the new equipment is gonna be, yeah, and it's only 87 days. So that is kind of well tied into our plans here. So what did we want to? We wanted to boost the cavalry division here by giving them the engineering company and by giving it extra white tanks. So that would put us at 120 extra short. We don't even have the support equipment, though we are starting to stockpile it again. And we wanted to put that... Did you want to put them? Oh, we wanted to put them here. Yep, that is true. That is true, and that's gonna hurt. Yeah, we need more white tanks. Yeah, I think we should focus on tank and support equipment production next. And I mean artillery, of course. Yeah, we can see already got another additional factory here. But then the tanks are going to be the important part. Trucks are being mass produced. That's amazing. Trains as well. When are you guys coming? 6th of March 1939. Up in 2 months. You guys gonna take a bit longer, won't you? Yeah, but you get the artillery, so that is fine. Carnio is building another factory. So it's gonna be repaired. I'm gonna build a civilian, and then we're gonna work on the next synthetic refinery, which means that I can put another military factory here, making Styria even more important. Compliance and resistance dropping. Yeah, dropping is resistance is dropping, and compliance is increasing. Cool. So the Italian Federation declared war on the Socialist Republic of Italy. That is dumb, guys. I think that two Sicilies are gonna fall very soon. I think you're entering this conflict way too late, and your 12 divisions are not gonna do much. I so don't want to fight two Sicilies here. No, not two Sicilies, the Socialist Republic of Italy. Dang it, guys, don't do that. Okay, we're up to 115 factories. Don't really have much command power above the basic stuff. 47 ships. Okay, all but the last one are drilled, which is amazing. You guys haven't drilled at all. You're like a backup fleet. So let's put you on drilling as well in case we ever need you. These subs are great. You guys need to drill a bit too. You guys are all improved, and we are building 6 extra submarines. Pretty good. We still get some sabotage here and there, but it's probably just... No, it's actually in Krakow. How high is the resistance there? Interesting. Empire of Japan took 7 states. Yeah. Philippines are now annexed. Philippines are now annexed. And there is nothing anyone can do with it. Damn, we're producing artillery like crazy. And 10 days left. Oh. Artillery is good. And only 4 tanks are missing now. Nice. Our industry is starting to be pretty good. Pretty darn good. Concentrated. Wow, I mean, we're gonna get a bonus to that as well in just 7 days. Really happy about that. Now I think that what we should do next is focus a bit on our military. We need the maintenance companies for the tanks. So that's gonna be the next thing we're gonna go with here. And I'm really looking forward to these ones, because that is going to be amazing. That is going to be amazing. Anti-tank. Basic heavy cannon, basic high velocity cannon. This is really good. We should get this one from the medium tanks. And we'll need to start thinking about the improved computing machine as well. So, concentrated industry 3. Infrastructural expense can be lowered by adapting networks to our more focused industry. Awesome. So, let's go with maintenance company next. That is something that we are going to appreciate, and we're getting advanced machine tools right after. So that's just awesome. And I think that this fuel refining would be good, because we are getting insane amounts of fuel from actual oil that we're mining, not from refineries. So in this case, boosting this line would be pretty good, and you can also boost the synthetic refineries here. Okay, well, advanced machine tools. Automating machine tools using servo mechanisms has been discussed before. Putting these ideas into practice allows making use of other advancements in automation, such as computers. But we really don't need fuel right now. What we would appreciate, though, would be a better air force. So we're pretty much there as far as time is concerned. Improved engine. I think logistics companies, for example, for the tanks would be great. Fuel usage would be lowered. Or the military police for the manpower extra suppression bonus. Takes 141 days. We need to focus on what we really need at the moment. So what would be the next good thing? Well, this would boost research, but it's way ahead of time. We don't really need anything, that's the issue. We're doing fine on all fronts. So you know what, let's go with something really simple like basic armor protection for now. It's just gonna be quick. Construction is gonna be followed by excavation, because we have a huge territory. Oh, and I forgot about the war under the Shah al-Arab. Signed in 1913 under the guidance of the British and Russian attachés to Constantinople and Tehran, the Shah al-Arab Protocol was supposed to solve the centuries-old border conflict between the Ottoman and Persian Empire by delineating the Tigris-Euphrates Delta. Claiming the treaty as unjust and favoring the Ottomans, Iran has issued an ultimatum to the Turks demanding a large swath of land to secure Persian interests. Constantinople has ignored the ultimatum, claiming the 1913 protocols were already too generous. Receiving no answer, Persian troops subsequently started the bombardment of Fao fortress, initiating open war against the Turks. So this is going to be interesting. Persia is rarely a player on the international territory. So 20 to 64, I guess 6 to 41. Why are you attacking someone that's twice your strength? What about an economy? 20 and 70. Yeah, Iran is gonna get wrecked here. That's just how it is. Okay, and we can go from civilian economy to early mobilization right now. Oh, that would be great. Right now we are not getting enough oil. We have everything slowed down. And we're using too many consumer goods. Yeah, we should go all the way to partial mobilization actually. Anything here that... No, this is important. Let's get early mobilization. That's gonna be a big boost to everything we have. Yeah, that immediately granted us number of factories. That's actually way too generous for what I expected. And yeah, the production of tanks and everything is also pretty good. And we can't convert from stockpile because these are an improved version of the tanks. But the factories that we got are now at full. And you can see the manpower is increasing. We're now using only 117,000 for the garrisons. How great is that? Support the USA. Support the other guys. Okay, Škoda has been finished. During the Weltkrieg, the Škoda works to the west of Prague was... Are you joking? Škoda works to the west of Prague. That is such an insult. That is such an insult, guys. I am Czech, so I'm gonna tell you, Škoda Works were the biggest factory in Plzeň. Actually, like, still until today, if you go to Plzeň, like 1/3 of the city is the ex-Škoda Works. There is a huge brownfield there that's just, you know, unused today. But saying like Škoda Works west of Prague is just saying going that Vienna is west of Budapest. That's so... Come on, you have the description here, you can write anything. Okay, so Škoda Works to the west of Prague was our biggest arms producer, but has fallen on hard times with the overbearing power of German industries. With Germany rocked to the core by Black Monday, subsidies for Škoda is a large step in repairing our economy. So we get a 100% research bonus for armor technology, and now we can go with Austria Daimler because I want that one. You guys know that. Though we might, before we get that, I think we might go with partial mobilization. Yeah, I think this is gonna be the first step. And let's check that research bonus here to see how we're doing. Yeah, it would take half of the time that it took before. Cool. Heavy tank, hardness 95%, armor 35%, max speed, breakthrough. I don't think we're going to be using the heavy tanks anytime soon. I think we're going to start with the medium, focus on the light and medium tanks eventually. Just get another factory. What are we to do with that? Well, I mean, we know that we want more tanks, so let's just keep throwing it at that and see where that leads us. Anyway, that's all for this episode. I would like to thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one, where we are going to continue with the story of Austrian Empire. And we are very close to deploying our first army boost. And remember, the manpower needed for garrison is now down to 117,000 men, so we are doing great.